Just win, baby. The Las Vegas Raiders got their first one done out in New England against the New England Patriots. I was concerned about the game as West Coast teams don't have a good record when they have to go to the East Coast and play at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, that's 10 a.m. Western Time, so the players have to get to the stadium at around 7 a.m. Western Time. No worries with head coach Pete Carroll, though. He was 24-11 on the East Coast when he was with the Seattle Seahawks. The turnaround bowl, as I call it, was a typical Week 1 game that wasn't pretty for anyone, but the result was beautiful. The Raiders made it through the weather and all the ups and downs to get that victory. We learned quite a bit about the Raiders from that second half comeback too. The Raiders have a world-class coaching staff. When you're down 3 points at the half and end up winning the game by 10 points, you did more than just execute better and give better effort. You made adjustments. You adapted to what the other team did in the first half, and the Raiders did that in this game. Offensive coordinator Chip Kelly and defensive coordinator Patrick Graham did a masterful job of making adjustments, and I'll start with Kelly. Kelly started the game with a nice mixture of runs and play-action passes, and of course it was effective. That made the Patriots sell out to stop the run, and it slowed things down for a while. The Raiders started having to deal with more 2nd and 10s, making it harder to convert on 3rd down. The Patriots were so determined not to let Genty beat them, Kelly said F it and went with play-action passes on 1st down. The Patriots were looking so hard for the run they couldn't stop those play-action passes. The Raiders were able to get the ball down the field on them for big plays too. Quarterback Geno Smith used the threat of the running game to throw for 362 yards and a touchdown. Graham is different from all the other defensive coordinators in the NFL. He's a lot like Floyd Mayweather was as a boxer. He starts out in the center of the ring with high guard, not doing too much. He'll even let you get your shots off on him at times. He just wants to fill you out, see what you want to do, and see how you want to do it. He might even let his opponent win a couple of rounds, but he's not going to let you land a shot that knocks him down or out. Then by the 5th or 6th round, he's dialed in on everything you're doing and he goes into his act. Next thing you know, you're getting hit with solid shots and you can't even hit him. Graham starts out in a vanilla, bend but don't break cover 3 zone. He's looking to see what the offense wants to do while not allowing big plays or touchdowns. Then by halftime, he's dialed in on what the offense wants to do and makes whatever adjustments he needs to make. Next thing you know, the offense can't sustain drives anymore, the defense is getting off the field on 3rd down, and they're getting turnovers. And points? No, you're not getting those on them. Graham does his best work in the second half. Listen, some of y'all need to stop with this Jacoby Myers stuff. Brock Bowers is still the number 1 receiver of the Raiders, period, end of discussion. It is he that carries the Raiders' passing attack. He's the one that opens things up for others. After he started eating Sunday, Trey Tucker started eating, Michael Mayer started eating, Myers started eating, and Dante Thornton started eating. That isn't what we learned though, that's what we should have known already. What we learned is Bowers, already the best tight end in the game, has gotten even better. He made that jump to year 2. That's scary to opposing defenses. You did see how easy it was for him to get open, right? That was some easy work for real. When a guy's that big, that fast, that good a route runner, and has that good of hands, it's gonna be easy work. He led the Raiders with 5 catches for 103 yards in less than 3/4 of a game. His knee got a little banged up, but the word is he's good and he wanted to go back into the game. Barring a catastrophic injury, Bowers is going to get even better. You know why? Because he's playing with Ashton Genty. Sure, Bowers is going to improve on his own, but Genty's going to make him even better. No one benefits from the running game or the threat of the running game more than the tight end. Once those box safeties and linebackers bite on the play fake, it's too late. More than Bowers benefited from Genty's play fake Sunday, though. Everyone that caught a pass did. All the stat watchers are going to say, oh, he only had 38 yards on 19 carries. You got to take a deeper look than that. Number 1, he scored a touchdown. That's bigger than anything. And number 2, he looked so good running the ball in the first quarter, the Patriots sold out to stop the run and everyone else was able to get off. A large portion of what the Raiders did on offense throwing the ball came off of play action, with Genty at the head of it. I can't wait to see what the Raiders do on offense this year. It's going to be a pick-your-poison offense with Genty right at the center of it. Smith got sacked 4 times Sunday, so there is a problem, but no reason to panic. Only one of those sacks was charged to an offensive lineman, and that was Jackson Powers Johnson, and he deserved it. He missed a stunt. But no one on the offensive line really played that badly as an individual. They just need to communicate better. I can't tell you if it was Smith's fault or Jordan Meredith's fault, but someone needs to get those protections right. When the Patriots start blitzing, they couldn't get guys blocked for a minute there. It seemed like there was always someone with the free, clear path to the quarterback. As you know, offensive coordinator Chip Kelly has a very complex playbook, and Powers was struggling with it, which is why he's playing guard now. I'm wondering if Meredith is struggling with it now, or was that Smith? Either way, they gotta get these protections right for when the Chargers come into town Monday night. After seeing what the Patriots did with their blitzes, what do you think the Chargers are gonna do? My guess is they're gonna blitz them until the Raiders prove they can get it blocked. That's what any defensive coordinator would do. Alright, on the defensive line, Max Crosby had 7 pressures in the sack, but we didn't learn jack from that. We already know how great he is and how he's the leader of the pack. Fellow edge rusher Malcolm Kuntz had 3 pressures in the sack, and we already know about him. Interior defensive lineman Adam Butler had 5 pressures, and we know about him too. What we learned is the Raiders are winning the Thomas Booker-Jacorian Bennett trade. Bennett wasn't going to start for the Raiders because he doesn't fit what Carroll does. A lot of Raider fans got geeked out over what he did with the Eagles in the preseason game, but he's not even the starter with the Eagles. Meanwhile, Booker is the Raiders' starting 3 technique, and a good one at that. He had 5 pressures Sunday himself. He also batted a pass down and got quick penetration in the run game. So the Raiders traded a corner they can't even use anymore. That's going to be depth for the Eagles for a starting 3 technique. The Raiders needed that starting 3 technique after the Wilkins debacle. Booker made an impact too, so the Raiders are winning. Ooh, let me tell you what we learned about the Raiders linebacker core. Not only are they deep, but they have a star. Elandon Roberts went out with an elbow injury and Tommy Eichenberg took his place position-wise. Jermaine Pratt played well too, but Devin White took over production-wise. He had 11 tackles and 1 for a loss on the day. He looks like the star that he was when he made All-Pro back in 2020. Actually, he looked a little better than that Sunday. He couldn't cover before, but he was solid in coverage Sunday. Patriots quarterback Drake May only completed 40% of the passes he threw his way for a passer rating of 47.9. And of course, you already know he can blitz and rush the passer, so the Raiders have themselves an all-around star linebacker. He just has to stay healthy. It looked like he was trying to show the Raiders what they missed when they drafted Clelin Ferrell instead of him in round 1 in 2019. Let's not even worry about that though. They got him now, and again, he just needs to stay healthy. This one kind of came out of nowhere, but the Raiders may have found themselves another starting corner to go opposite Eric Stokes. Remember all the talk about Darian Porter? 6'2", 200 pounds, long arms, runs a 4.3 40. He's a former receiver too, so he has the hands to intercept passes. He was supposed to be the next Richard Sherman. I heard good things about him in OTAs, minicamp, training camp, then all of a sudden nothing. Carroll sounded bullish on him like he was going to be the starter, but nope, didn't turn out to be. Kelly had a hell of a training camp and preseason. Oh, he had a hell of a week 1 in the regular season too. I don't like the 75% catch percentage he gave up, but that was more related to the type of coverage they were running. Kelly had what should have been 2 pass breakups in the game, but one of them was wiped out by a horrible pass interference call. Roger Goodell needs to get on the phone with the referees and tell them not to make the cheating look so obvious. The Raiders might have a little something in corner though. Starting out with the win in week 1, that's what I'm talking about, and I like what I'm seeing. The Raiders are in great hands coaching staff wise. I love the halftime adjustments they made on both sides of the ball. Then there are the players. The Raiders had the best tight end in the NFL last year, and he's even better this year. You gotta love that. Genty's already setting the table for his offense, and the offensive line, they need to get it together. Booker looks like quite a find. White looks like a star linebacker again, and the Raiders just might have something in corner in Kelly. We'll see what's really going on against the Chargers though. Thank you for watching. See you next time.